Good afternoon, Mario. I honestly really appreciate your post because I I didn't know the information that you shared. I had a different idea about it. So I could be totally wrong. Like, that's why I honestly appreciate your post, because it kind of gave me some insight. I'm like, oh, maybe I was wrong about what I thought. So, for starters, democracy. I believe that it's becoming widely adopted because people are wanting a say. You know what I'm saying? They want to be represented by people they relate to, people that have the same value as them. So democracy, we all know, is, the ability to vote, giving citizens the ability to vote. And I feel like in situations like that, countries that have adopted that, the people are happier. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're heard, you're happy. There's better working conditions because you can input your opinion. There's better living conditions. There's, like I said, happier people. And happier people just leads to a better country. And I feel like democracy is very sustainable and profitable over a long period of time. Now to the capitalism part of this question, which is where I like I said, could be totally wrong, but I loved how you mentioned the US, because in my findings I couldn't find a single country, and that's a little embarrassing if the US is really a capitalist, has capitalism system, because I looked it up and I couldn't find a thing. And in my head, like I have my notes here. When I was going over the PowerPoint, capitalism, I thought was that businesses are privately owned, strong individual incentives exist, and government plays a little role in the economy. Now, I see how you could say that the U.S. is a capital country based off of businesses are privately owned and strong individual incentives exist. But from my understanding, I thought that the government does play a larger role in our economy. Like, I thought that, like, they're the ones that, distinguish, like, exchange rates and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought they played a larger role in our economy, which I could be wrong. Like, I really didn't know. That's why I'm saying, like, I appreciate your post, because it kind of, like, woke me up, like, oh, I didn't know that. But that's why I assumed that nobody really adopted capitalism, because I was just thinking that the business owners had the majority of the power, which kind of made that gap between the top percentile of the social class and the lower percentile of of social classes. So, I honestly don't know. I should have done further research before this post, but I appreciate you challenging my initial thought, because I had just assumed that capitalism didn't exist anywhere. But you make a great point. And I love your example of where you brought up the Chinese government as an example for democracy. Like, I just wanted to quickly, touch on that. From the beginning, like, when we think China, like, the beginning of their government, you think, like, strict control, like, power. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that I think of when I think of the old Chinese government. But you make a great point. And today, they're starting to allow, businesses from other countries, Starbucks, an American business, you know what I'm saying, flourishing in their country. And they're adopting, and they're more like, I don't want to say understanding, but they just probably are starting to see the profitability of democracy and the sustainability of it. So that's why I feel like that's why they're doing it. And I love that you made that a point, because that it's a great contrast. Like, before, they were completely the opposite of democracy, and now look, like, they're making, countries are making moves to slowly adopt that. And I feel like that really just stems from I'm sorry, I don't know why. I want this Dr. Chong, when he talks, makes me think I could say big words. I really can't. But, like, their values are changing. Like, their perspectives are changing. They're evolving. They're like, you know what? Whatever used to work doesn't work for us anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do want to have a say. I want to be able to vote. So I feel like because people are evolving and their ideas and their philosophies are evolving, that in time, like, the governments will evolve too with that. So again, Mario, thank you for your time. Wow, I'm at 5 minutes long. But thank you for your post, and good luck.